Please now welcome the director of GW's School of Media and Public Affairs and the creator of planetforward.org, Frank Sesno.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Jack Morton Auditorium at the George Washington University in the city of Washington, D.C. Welcome to you. Let's see if you're awake. Welcome to you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. This side's a little weak here. Let's try this. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
What do you think? We won. The dean says they won, so they won. Sorry, guys. As the announcement said, I'm Frank Sesno. I'm director of the School of Media and Public Affairs here. I work with Kathleen Merrigan. It's a great pleasure and privilege to do that as part of the sustainability effort here at the George Washington University and the planetforward.org project, which I started several years ago, which works with young people, students from across the country, scientists, entrepreneurs, people in government and the private sector to tell the stories of sustainability, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. But mostly I want to welcome you, and I want to tip my hat to the beginning of what I think is going to be a great and dynamic day, one where you get to know one another and see these terrific ideas. I want to welcome the federal managers here who are here from 50 different federal agencies, as well as sustainability leaders from NGOs and the private sector. Let's start with the 50 different agencies and departments. Who's here from a federal agency or department? Terrific. NGOs? Private sector? All right, welcome to all of you. And I know that we've got many more people coming throughout the day. To our GW colleagues, students, and staff, welcome to you as well. To our live stream audience, because there are many people who are joining us via live stream, we hope you can see and hear just fine, and we hope that you will stay with us throughout the day for these conversations. And the Planet Forward audience, to whom we are live streaming as well. As I said, this is a social media platform that is meant to highlight the stories of innovation around sustainability. What is GreenGov? Well, GreenGov was here a few years ago. I had a great pleasure of being part of it then, and we did some terrific things. We heard some really exemplary work that was taking place from across the country and around the world in terms of leading the way, and that is what we will be hearing here again. This matters. I had a great conversation in the tent across the way with someone just before coming over here about work that is being done at our embassies around the world to put solar installations in, including the one in Managua, where not only will there be solar on the roof, but there will be electricity storage as well, something that's being done with Northrop Grumman, I believe it was, a great public-private partnership. This is how the federal government leads the way, and this is one of the stories that I would like for all of us and all of the world to know more about, and I want to hear, and I hope that you will tell. So congratulations to the innovators in government. You know, that's one of the problems, right? People don't often put the words innovators and government together, but it happens all the time. And you are doing it. And that's important. And that's also what we'll hear today. The President's executive order makes this even more important, gives it the imprimatur of the President of the United States. He hangs out just a few blocks from here. If you see him walking by, say hi to him for us. They've been over here on more than one occasion. We like that when that happens. Logistics for the day, if I can share that with you. We've had an overwhelming response. There are a couple of empty seats now, but throughout the day, we expect this room will be full and perhaps overflowing. So there is screening upstairs on the second floor. That's also where you'll find coffee and tea. We ask you to put your bags and things under the seats so that people can use the chairs when they're in the room. We're going to blast through the morning here with no breaks. The first break will be lunch, and that's back at the tent across the way. If you have RSVP'd for lunch, please join us when lunch takes place there. If you have not RSVP'd, there's lots of stuff in the neighborhood, you know, even some unhealthy hot dogs if you want to do that, and join us back here at 1:15. Wi-Fi. You have your cards. On the back of your cards are the simple directions to get onto Wi-Fi. The 9 steps to get onto Wi-Fi. You're not the only one with a bureaucracy. So we encourage you to do that. It's quite easy to do, and we would like to see your activity on Twitter and elsewhere. We are doing live tweets from this event throughout the day. If there's enough activity, we'll see this trend in Washington, we hope beyond, and that would be another great thing to lead the way. You'll notice also in your program plenty of bios on the speakers. So when speakers are introduced, in the interest of time, we'll keep that short. We'll bring them up here quickly. You can certainly see what they've got to say and what their background is from the book. You'll note the exits. Should there be a problem, we don't anticipate, but we'd like, obviously, to point out for safety reasons where you should go, how you should go, walk, don't run, and all the rest. You received note cards when you registered. Throughout the day, we'll be collecting questions and passing them up to moderators here on the stage. We really welcome your questions. You can tweet them in, but you can also write them like, this is a pen. They still work. So if you write it on a piece of paper, we have analog translators who will bring them up to stage here, and we'll try to find a way to put that to people as well. For the live stream audience, you can write them, but you'll probably be just looking at them yourselves, so we suggest you tweet the questions in using our hashtag, and the hashtag is #GreenGov. I do want to do a couple of special shout-outs and thank yous. First to our sponsors. This would not take place without the sponsors: HP, United Soybean Board, Verizon, Duke Energy, Tappet, and C2ES. Thank you very much for your support. To Kathleen Merrigan and Kate Brand for organizing this amazing event, and all the people that you've gotten because of your incredible dynamic personalities to volunteer to help pull this all together. Thanks to them. And you'll be seeing them throughout the day in their GreenGov t-shirts. So if you have any questions or needs, please feel free just to ask. As I mentioned, we're also going to be live tweeting from the event throughout the day because we really want to make this a genuine conversation. I mentioned at the outset something about storytelling. And I talk to our students, to our young people all the time. I have a game I play with the young people. I call it the grandma game. You've heard my grandma game. I ask the young people in the room, how many of you have a grandma alive? And they will, many of them, most of them now raise their hand. And then I have a little contest, who's got the oldest grandma? And it's not uncommon to hear 88, 92, 98. And I say to them, I find the oldest grandma, I say, you got a great gene pool. If you live to your grandma's age, what year is that? Now, most of these students are journalism students or sustainability students. They're not mathematicians, so it takes them a really long time to figure this out. Most of them are born in about 1994. Yeah, born in 94. What were you doing Okay, so grandma's 98, and you were born in 94. What year is that? You live to what year? 2092. 2092. And if they have kids and their kids live till that age, what year is that? But we say to them, in 2050, we have 9 billion plus people. We need twice as much energy, 70% more food, 40% more water. Where does that come from? How do we do that? Who's going to be the hero? Who will be the inventor and the innovator? Who will tell those stories? And not only by telling those stories and inspiring people and engaging people, can we build the knowledge base, the collaboration base, and the political base, the support, the understanding to actually do it. Those are the stories that matter, and those are the stories, many of them, that we're looking forward to hearing from today, from you today. And we welcome the best. Now, I'm going to step off. I'll be back throughout, and you'll be meeting Kate and Kathleen and many other people here. But before I go, because we are the George Washington University, we felt it was appropriate to ask that very important person what he thought about all of this. So I just invite George Washington to join you. Thank you all and welcome.